Hello YouTube, this is Little Mr. Hardcore, aka Robert, with a FanFest, Cleveland Browns FanFest recap. I've had some people ask me to make a video, and I've had some messages and whatnot all through that. So we're just going to try to bust this one out real quick. And it's got quite a better than I expected because of the way they did it. They had it to where you had tickets for certain times, like there would be 2 players signing at this time. There was also 2 players signing in another spot at this time. And I tried to, you could only do 1 ticket of whatever group per person. So I thought, because my wife and my daughter and my son went, I thought we'd split up and they could go one way. And my daughter's friend decided to come, and I asked her, I said, if I give you an 8x10, since you're not into football or anything, you're just here because my daughter, would you help with the autographs? And she's like, that's fine. So we did all that. And we were trying to get RG3, but because of the way they did the season ticket holders, they got in an hour early, so everything to do with RG3, the tickets to get RG3 was gone. He was supposed to sign with somebody else, but because you get like 2 players per, but I don't remember who it was. And then me and my son, we went and got Jordan Poyer and Duke Johnson. That was our group. And my wife, my daughter, and her friend was supposed to get Joe Hayden and Travis Coons, but Travis Coons didn't show. I don't know what the deal was with that, but he wasn't there. But anyways, here's our recap of what I got. I'm going to try to bust through it because I don't want the video to be forever long. But this is I didn't have nothing for Jordan Poyer to sign, so he signed this. Just an 8x10. I was going to add players to it, but it got hectic. Here's my Duke Johnson. That glare's going to kill me, but there's Duke Johnson. And then my son got Duke Johnson, and when he handed it back to him, he smeared it. My son didn't, Duke Johnson did, so his Duke Johnson got smeared. Well, we were on the, where's the other ones? We were, upstairs waiting for, because I didn't know there was a little upstairs up there for, I guess it's where you go to the, like the box seats and stuff, I don't know, and there's some other stuff upstairs. I've only been to the stadium a few times, but anyways, there was a guy sitting there, and I wasn't sure who he was at first, and then a few people here and there were going asking for his autograph, and I looked over, and I realized it was Cameron Irving, so I ran over, and got this signed by him. I got this signed by him, and I had it's like a mini, it's not a mini helmet, but it's a little smaller than a mini helmet. I got him to sign that. That was for someone else, so I don't have that no more. And then up there is what they call a locker room sale. A lot of people go there just for that, where you get good deals, like game-used former player jerseys for $25 and stuff like that. And after so long, whatever doesn't sell, they keep making it cheaper and cheaper till it's all gone. And I bought these, which I thought was, I mean, they're a decent deal. I got this Terrence West 8x10 for $3. And this, I know he was a bust for us, but Dwayne Bowe, that glare is killing me, but this Dwayne Bowe 8x10 for $3. I thought that was a steal for both of those. The Terrence West is going to my nephew. I decided that he could have it. No big deal on that. And as we had to make it down to the field to see the players, what do you call it? It was a rookie minicamp. Normally, you don't get to see the rookie minicamp, but this year they said one day they would show the rookie minicamp, and they'd sign after when they were done practicing. So we're down there, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this guy walking down here, and I'm like, he looks so familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on, because it looked like that guy's like, I know who that is, but he doesn't look right. So I was waiting, and then a security guard ran in front of him. I was like, I don't get, what the heck, who is, and so I tapped a guy in front of me who I had no clue who he was. I was like, excuse me, who is that over there? And he's like, oh, that's Danny Shelton. I was like, oh, he must have lost a lot of weight. He looks like he's in shape. So we ran over there and got what we could. I got this 8x10 signed by him. And then I also got, which I love this 8x10, his first pitch for the Seattle Mariners, signed by him. And then, I had these gloves I bought at like a sale somewhere for real cheap. They're Nike Vaporjet gloves. And they say when you put your hands together, they spell out Nike. But anyways, my son thought it would be awesome to get one signed. So we got this one signed by Danny Shelton. I don't know what I'm going to do. The other one I'm thinking I'm going to have to get signed or whatever. But anyway, so there was that. And he sat and he chanted with us. And he was awesome. He didn't have to come down and hang out with us, but he was cool as can be. He talked to anybody and everybody, signed anything and everything. But anyways, once the mini camp ended, the players came out and signed, and there was other people than just the players that signed, but I added to this one. My son got the Jordan Poyer earlier, and we added Cameron Irving, and then this is also signed by Hugh Jackson, and who else is on this? Spencer Durango, Mike Matthews, Dan France, of course the Jordan Poyer and Cameron Irving, and then Hugh Jackson. And Hugh Jackson, it was raining a little, like drizzling out, and he smeared it, which sucks, but it is what it is. So there's that. And then my son got this worked on, which is awesome. It's a hard hat. He got all kinds of players. I don't know who is who at the moment, so I'll just run through. We got AJ Stamps, Spencer Durango, Tracy Howard, Carl Nassib, Eric Patterson, Connor Buffelli, Danny Shelton, Hugh Jackson, Dan France, Tim Scott, Roy Horton, and Mike Matthews. I do know that the easy ones, obviously. Danny Shelton's right there. Roy Horton's right there. Hugh Jackson's upside down right there. But it was awesome. They were really nice. And then my son's standing there, and he's talking to this one player, and this girl in front of him is yelling, "You have to sign," a little young girl. She's like, "You have to sign for me first, because I'm a girl." And she keeps yelling at all the players, telling them they have to give her his gloves and stuff. And all the rookies are like, "We're new, we're not allowed to give away our gloves." And they kept screaming, and she was screaming at him, "You have to sign for me first." I mean, she was, I don't know where her parents were or anything, but she was really rude. And even like some of the players were kind of getting annoyed by it, I could tell. And then the one player, rookie, come over to my son, right? And he signs that helmet for him. Then my son said, "Is it all right if I have one of your wristbands?" He goes, "Don't you mean my gloves?" And my son says, "Yeah, if you're allowed to give away your glove." And that girl's like, "You have to give me your glove." Like, she yelled at him and said, "You have to give me your glove." And he goes, "I would, but you're annoying, and you're being mean and cutting everybody off." He goes, "He's the last one, I'm giving him my glove." So he hands my son his practice-worn glove, which is awesome. And then my son asked him to sign it so we know who's worn it. And he said that was fine, and he signed it. And my son couldn't be more happier. He was running, screaming, yelling at me, "Dad, look what I got." It was awesome. He enjoyed it. It's all dirty from practice, so I can't wait to I need to find a photo of that guy and frame it and stuff. It'd be great. And then also, we're up to when we finally got to get into where Joe Hayden was. And as I said earlier, Travis Coons didn't show. I don't know why. But me and my son was already done with Duke Johnson and Jordan Poyer. So my daughter just said, "Switch me tickets and go in so I don't have to. And you can just go in and get the autographs instead of me waiting in line." I said, "Sweet." So I'll get to meet Joe Hayden again. So here's one of the Joe Haydens we got. This is a metallic Pro Bowl picture. And I was standing there, and I was noticing some people, you're only allowed one per, and I was noticing people was sliding two in. So I was like, I have some extra photos I need to get done. I was like, I'm definitely getting them done. So I finally finished this one, because I know I'll never get Mike Pettin there. But it's Joe Hayden and Phil Taylor duel, signed 8x10. And then I had him do this one. I've been wanting one of these forever. I didn't know if he would. And he loved the idea. So I know he's done it before, but it's a college one where it says Joe Hayden, Mighty Mouse. And I thought that was freaking awesome. And then my wife, who is awesome, she finished one of my photos that I didn't think would ever get finished. It is now signed by all three from the Pro Bowl. We got Dante Whitner before and Joe Thomas before. So now it is finished. We got Joe Hayden to finish it. So that picture is one of my favorite Browns photos I have. It is freaking sweet, even though Dante Whitner is no longer with us, which I hate, but that's another video. And then my last two photos that we got, when we were getting the rookies, I noticed one of our number one pick, our first round pick, I should say, was on the other side, and I ran to the other side. I mean, I booked it. I was out of breath. I come over there, and they said, no more signing. They were switching little, like, each time a horn would blow, they'd move somewhere else. And I was like, man, I ran all the way over here. Can you sign this photo? So Corey Coleman grabs my photo, and it's kind of, it's not, well, in person it's easy to see, but it's kind of hard to see right there. Corey Coleman signed photo, and I said, I happen to bring two. Is it all right you sign two? And they're telling him, you gotta go, and he's like, I'll sign one more. So he signed this one, which is awesome. So I got two Corey Colemans, our first round pick, and I think they're awesome. I hope he pans out for us. He looks like he's gonna be somebody. But that's what I got. I hope you enjoyed my video. We had a blast. Hopefully we'll go next year. Thanks for watching. Bye!